To run, stays put, and there's a high fly ball, deep right field. Harper watches it fly. By Hanley misses the target. Picking it up is Owen Tippett. Turbocharge time. Tippett spins backhander. He scores! Somehow he just one-upped himself from the other night.
Franchise record of 68 points in a game. Chance at 70. Embiid, coast to coast for 70.
Final half minute of this third quarter. Eagles try to retake the lead. Hurts, complete, for the tackle is Brown, to the end zone, touchdown, Philadelphia. The 1-2 pitch. Hit toward third. Castro has it. Spins, fires. A perfect game. Roy Halladay has thrown the second perfect game in Philadelphia Phillies history. He faces 27 batters. He retires all 27. In this building, start things off as the puck is deflected near the Pittsburgh bucket. Crosby is back to the ice with a hard hitter. And now Yager trying to play it ahead, but it's knocked away. Picked up here, though, by Giroux. Touchdown! Oh, Giroux, just 32 seconds in. Iverson, bothered by Loons. Iverson. Oh. How about that? That steps over Teron Loons. They're going to snap it, and it's Trey Burton who throws caught. Bulls, touchdown.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talking 215 Live.
What's up, Jake?
What's going on, man?
It's been a little bit since we had one of these.
No, exactly. A little working last week.
Yeah.
Actually, working. Then I was a little under the weather.
I was sitting there.
you
And
were
I was like,
battling.
I want to talk. I want to talk Philly sports.
Dude.
And I was dying too. I was
Yeah,
like,
you're
thank
battling.
God you were working. I'm
No,
finally
seriously.
feeling better. But I love nothing more than getting together with you on Thursday, digesting all of the news, putting out this live show. We have a lot to talk about today.
Dude, I mean, we have the greatest Phillies start in franchise history. We have a
Yes.
team that just does not stop. It's really incredible what they're doing thus far this season. And I just kind of want to take a step back and compare it to some of the more recent historic teams of memory,
Yeah.
like 08, 09,
Yeah. I
2011.
mean, that's a World
Phils,
Series team.
pull up the maybe even go as far back as the 93 Phils and just kind of see where we're at compared to them. Obviously, we know this is the best start in franchise history, but just kind of look at the stats. Alec Boehm is on a historic pace, RBIs wise. His average is incredible.
Mhm.
The guy does nothing but rake. Of course, I tweeted out today that nobody has more hard hit outs than Alec Boehm. And again today, I think he averaged 96 miles per hour exit velo, and he had no hits.
Yeah.
He had 3 to the warning track, deep to the warning track.
Our hitters are doing exactly what they're paid to do. They're hitting the ball. Our fielders are playing great. I'm not going to discount that, but the pitching has been off the charts.
No, I mean, that's really, and even on the days where it's not, Ranger kind of gave up what he gave up 3 and a couple starts ago. And Harper talked about it. He was like, yeah, he's carried us for so long. It was our turn to kind of pick him up. He's 10-0. He's got a sub 1, I think a sub 1.5, sub 1.6 ERA.
It's like a 1.3 something.
No, it's incredible. And Wheeler still is the betting favorite for Cy Young. And I get it. He's had the longevity. He's a proven track record. He's a guy that has done it, shown what he can do, be an ace in the regular season, the postseason. So I placed the bet that I was saying that Ranger Suarez is going to win the Cy Young. Dan hopping in.
Yeah.
I just am not worried when they go down anymore. There's a whole, exactly. They went down all 3 games against the Rangers.
Yeah.
All 3 games they started with a deficit, and it's doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, the bats are moving. We're doing things in the middle innings.
Yeah.
We're putting Kyle Schwarber, your least favorite leadoff man, is getting on base.
Oh, yeah, I mean, and getting on base is the most important
And
part.
that's
Don't get
huge.
me wrong. When's the last time you've seen it? And look, he's been coming up a little more clutch lately, so I'm biting my tongue a little bit.
I think it's the 40 pounds that he dropped in the offseason. It's probably doing it. He can run just a little bit faster. He's not just.
I mean, not much.
Well,
he was huffing it
It's
around
true.
third the other night. No, look, you can't be mad at Schwarber's on base percentage. He's doing what you have to get out of a leadoff hitter. Power's really obviously been a concern
yes.
of his. He's been hitting these little looping singles into right field pretty well. He had a broken bat single to start the game today. He had a couple other hard hit balls that they just made a really good play on over at second or first. But he's a guy that you're always going to kind of be sitting there worried a little bit when he's slumping like this because he's never going to be batting 250.
Well, and
Like, you're never
speaking
gonna
of
see
someone breaking out of a slump, Cassie got a home run tonight.
Cassie's been slowly doing something. I mean,
Yeah.
naturally, he knows I'm a big Castellanos guy. So when we were there on Sunday, he went 3 for 4.
Yeah.
So like naturally, he's gonna pick it up for me. But he's been doing a little bit better. He had a couple of hard hit balls today. He had one that whoever was playing left field for the Rangers, it was Duran 2 nights ago. I don't even know who it was today, but they had like 15 web gems in a 3-game series. They were just making play after play after play because Casty had at least one, if not 2 other balls that were caught that he hit really damn well.
Yeah.
Like that he put a charge into him and drove him into left field, and they just made really good plays on him. So he's slowly finding the swing. He had a couple walks the other day. His walk percentage is way up this season. He's striking out a little bit less. We just need to see a little bit more consistency at the plate, and would love to see the power build off of today's home run. You kind of knew it was going to happen. I mean, like it's
Ranger with a 1.36 ERA.
Nuts.
Unbelievable.
nuts. And the fact that he's not the betting favorite for Cy Young, like I'm tempted to double down.
Listen
on
to
it.
this man. He knows betting. He put it in early. You should put your money on it.
I put it like a month ago when I got him at
Yeah.
plus 3,500 odds. So I put $50 on it. So that's what, 1750
Mhm.
if I win or when I win. And really, if he's still sitting in like that plus 700 range where he was yesterday, and obviously I would imagine he's going to stay there because he hasn't pitched yesterday or today, you got to be tempted to hop back in there and double down on it. But again,
he's only 1 inning behind Wheeler. He has less hits.
And
he
Wheeler
has less runs.
Wheeler has an extra start.
Yeah.
Wheeler has a start on him.
I mean, he's got 66 innings pitched. The man's going deep. He's throwing heat right now.
You're seeing him. I mean, never heat. He pinpoints his 93, 94.
Throwing the gas. Sorry. There's no heat. There's just gas.
No, and he is just Mr. Consistent, Mr. Ice in his veins. Like the fact that Wheeler, and we had Ben Silver on in yesterday's episode that was posted out last night. Hopefully you guys have tuned into it. If you haven't, getting a lot of positive feedback, would love your opinion on it. But we had him on last night and we were joking. He was like, the fact that Zach Wheeler won the Gold Glove last year, NL, starting pitching Gold Glove last year, when he was the 3rd best fielding pitcher on his team. Like for all the shit that we give Taijuan Walker, he's an incredible fielding pitcher. Well, and then Ranger Suarez is probably the best fielding
pitcher. If we
pitcher.
could throw a for sale sign around Taijuan Walker's neck and just get Turnbull back in the rotation long term, that would be my ideal. But I don't hate Turnbull eating those like middle inning stretches. Give him 2-3 innings.
No, I mean, you're looking at right now, we have 2 of the best relievers in baseball, and that's in Jeff Hoffman and Matt Strahm. I mean, the fact that Matt Strahm isn't getting more national recognition.
Yeah.
Shout out MLB The Show, the video game, because they bumped him up just below Diamond, which is pretty high for a reliever, and it's deservedly so.
Smash those loot boxes.
Dude, I'm telling you, like they're on it with this one at least, because Matt Strahm, he's got a sub-1 ERA. His base on balls and K percentage is incredible. It's something like 3.4 to 1 K to walk, which is a great ratio. The guy is just pitching incredibly, and you're looking at a guy that's for sure going to be an all-star right now. Jeff Hoffman, he's got a 1.35 ERA. He should be an all-star. Jose Alvarado, he's had a couple of rough starts early in the season. He's really kind of settling into the guy that we all know that he's going to be. He's doing really well thus far this season. Towards, after the stretch that he had at the very beginning, he's pitching really well.
Well, and that was the number one thing we were screaming about at the start of the season was our relievers.
Yeah.
We know we have good starters. We probably have the best starting 5 in MLB.
It's remarkable.
But our relievers would come in and they'd give up a 3-run lead and they'd blow it. They're turning it around. They're doing excellent. As you said, Strahm, sub-1 ERA, Hoffman, probably 1.2, just go down the list. They're eating up innings. They're getting the outs that they need to do. They're holding this lead. And on the tail end of it, our batters are still scoring runs in the 7th, the 8th, and even if we need to, the 9th inning.
No, exactly. You don't longer have to hold your breath.
Yeah.
You're getting guys like, obviously you get Soto out there, you get Sir Anthony out there. There's some guys that you're like, ooh, I don't know. But when you got Matt Strom, you got Orion Kirkring's another guy that's been pitching pretty well. We talked about him with Ben Silver last night. And I thought he brought up a great point. He's throwing in the upper 90s, like 98, 99, but he's got no zip on that ball. And by zip, I mean like spin rate.
Yep.
And he's like, look, if he takes it down to like 94, 95 and just focus on getting some more rotations on the ball,
exactly,
it just floats in there.
It does.
You watch it, it just comes in on a frozen rope.
It's fast, but you know exactly where that ball is ending.
If you read fastball out of his hand, gone.
Yes.
Which is like, he obviously has one of the best sliders, one of the best, breaking balls.
But the man's what, 23 years old?
He's super young.
It's his beginning to middle of his sophomore season.
If he can either increase the spin rate on his fastball without lowering velocity, which obviously would be the best case scenario, but if he can just lower his velocity just a little bit, increase that spin rate, and then like Ben was saying, and look, if you don't follow Ben Silver, it's at Ben H. Silver on Twitter, one of the best Phillies, if not the best Phillies follower on Twitter out there, or on X, excuse me.
Rebranded.
No, great guy, great follow. We're super happy to have him on. It's been a yearly thing for the past 3 years. We're looking forward to having him on again here shortly. But he was talking about just turn it into like a true sinker. It's no longer a four-seamer. Take a few miles per hour off it, get the spin rate up, make it a sinker to go along with that slider, and he can be a two-pitch pitcher. Like, he can just have those two in his arsenal, and he can do that very successfully. So I would really like to see him continually build on all that and really just and have a great career that we all know he can have. But we were also talking, and we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of what we were talking about with the 08 Phils compared to this team, the 09 Phils, the 2011 Phils. We're going to get there. But we had talked about just what this rotation, what this 5-man rotation can look like for a 3-year stretch. And
yes,
it's going to be historic. As long as there's no injuries or no big setbacks, you're looking at, and this is in no particular order, you're looking at a 5-man rotation for when they extend Suarez. He has one more year of arbitration eligibility. And for those that don't know, when you have arbitration, the team has your rights, but it's not just the number is not already agreed upon. They send you a number, they come back, the player can come back and say, I think I deserve this number. Then it goes to arbitration. You have essentially a lawyer decide what you're worth.
Yeah,
for that year.
It's a third party that hears both sides, and Ranger will go say, hey, I started.
I'm going to win a Cy Young.
Yes, you owe me more money, and it's kind of not that different from the NFL, where it's a percentage of snaps played. If you're playing,
it's essentially like a franchise tag kind of thing.
You're paying a rookie NFL player to play 98% of the snaps. They're going to get extra compensation. So when those numbers come out, don't scream at us. We're telling you they're going to be high.
They need to just lock him in tomorrow.
Yeah, they
just
do.
Avoid arbitration, lock him into a long-term deal, have him do his career here. But this is
for 3 years. This is going to be a dirty.
I'm saying when they extend him, because they only have him for on the books right now. They only have him for this season and one more.
Yes,
but they need to, and they're going to extend him.
He will be back.
So when they extend him, you'll have, and again, no particular order, you're going to have Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, Ranger Suarez, Andrew Painter, and then Christopher Sanchez, whoever you want to put in the fifth. Probably Christopher Sanchez.
How much longer do we have on Turnbull's contract?
I'll have to look at it. I think he signed a 1 year, actually.
Okay. Because I did like what he was doing.
Yeah, and look, the one knock on him was he has never pitched more than like 100 innings in a season. So it's like you got to stretch him out. Because
and that at that point you're thinking, do we stretch him mid-season? Do we keep him fresh for the postseason kind of thing? Which
I mean, the nice thing with was Turnbull. Why am I blank on this? Turnbull also a left-handed pitcher, because I say the nice thing with Christopher Sanchez is he's your other left-handed starter. Because if you don't, Ranger's the only other left-handed starter in that. But I'm not 100% if Spencer Turnbull is. I'll look it up here. You got it, Spencer Turnbull. He is a right-handed pitcher. So it's like he's pitching well, but then you're gonna have 4 righties in your starting rotation, which isn't a bad thing. It's not, but you like to have at least 2 in there just to be able to have that guy that you can throw in there when you have a lefty dominant team and you're not worrying about righty lefty splits. So and this is obviously the official podcast of Christopher Sanchez amongst many players. But just imagine that starting 5: Nola, Wheeler, Suarez, Painter, Sanchez. Like, that there will be no better starting 5 in baseball. That is a nasty. Even if you want to bring in a 6th person, kind of like they're doing now,
like a platoon. Yeah,
even if you want Turnbull to kind of be every second week you give him a start, which is obviously tough.
But
we talk about guys.
I do love and I said it earlier, I want Walker out.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
if we end up rocking a different five, Turnbull in that long middle receiver role is perfect.
reliever, not receiver.
Yeah, really not receiver.
Wrong sport. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But the middle reliever,
Yeah.
and let him eat 2 innings. Let us save these arms for the postseason
No,
because
exactly.
we both know this team is built for the postseason.
I mean, look, we all thought that was the case. That it was like, hey, this team's built for. They're built for dominance.
Oh yeah,
Like they are not.
Way
They are no
more than-
longer a built for postseason team. They are built for dominance. And all this bullshit you're hearing about, oh, well, they haven't faced anybody above 500 since the Braves and all. It doesn't matter when you're
swept the
embarrassing.
World Series champions.
It doesn't matter when you're embarrassing every opponent you
Yes.
see. When you've swept 7 of your last 12 series, swept. They have won either 15 or 16 straight series, and they have 7 sweeps of their last 12.
This is the 15th series.
Is it the 15th or is it 16th?
15th.
15th straight series win.
Yeah.
I mean, this team is just embarrassing, emasculating, dominating every
Mhm.
team. And like Dan said, like even when they go down, it's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Everybody is stepping up. Stott's finally really heating up. Yeah, Christian Pache. Again, funny stat that Ben Silver said. Christian Pache, second highest average exit velo in the National League, only
Wow.
behind Shohei Ohtani.
Hmm.
But you don't see the big numbers is because he drives it into the ground.
Yeah.
But now you saw him get under a ball today, bounce it off the very top of the wall for a triple, 2 RBI triple. He's just doing his damn thing. He's getting out there. He's getting, bat on ball. And we're big Marsh guys, but like, you got to call a spade a spade. He can't hit lefties very well.
Yeah.
So lefty was out there today. They brought in Pache. He did a damn good job. And this team is just doing everything. Harper started pretty slow. This
Mhm.
month he's batting something insane. Or the past 2 weeks he's batting like 400 plus. He's got 7 home runs in the past 12 games, something like that, or
Yeah.
5 home runs. He did not get a home run today, correct? I watched
did
the game.
not,
I don't
no,
know how.
no.
I don't.
It was Casty and JT got home runs.
JT had a home run. Jacob
Believe-
Tyler tied the game.
There you
Yep.
go.
I remember because I tweeted out a video of it. Yeah, JT had
And
the
then,
game tying home run.
I've been
and
at
then they
work
just
all
didn't
day.
look
My
back.
brain's fried. When are we getting Turner back? I think 3 weeks now.
He's about 2.5 weeks into his estimated 6-week
okay.
timetable. As Doc from our friends over at Delaware Orthopedic Specialist said, this is going to be an injury that you're just going to have to test it. Like you don't know until you really go out there and try it. And if it's
He's going to
if
take
it's
some
not
BP.
100%,
They're going to ease him back in.
yeah, they're going to work on some sprints,
Yeah.
BP, all that. And if it's not 100%, you don't want to bring him back out there. But also, why rush him?
Yeah.
Edmundo Sosa is playing incredible. Cody
incredible.
Clemens is playing incredible.
Without our $300 million shortstop,
Yeah.
we're still turning and burning.
Yeah, I mean, and he was having a great start of the season.
He
He was
was.
a 320 plus hitter, and they brought in guys that are playing in spurts right now at a higher level.
Yeah.
Defensively and offensively. I
Mhm.
mean, it's just incredible what they're doing right now. Castellanos, like we mentioned, is bringing up. And then the other guy I placed a little flyer on. I placed $50 on Alec Boehm NL MVP. He was plus 5,000.
I mean, he's playing well. I don't know if that's going to stack up.
He's the RBI leader in all of Major League Baseball. He's the most doubles in all of Major League Baseball.
My hot
He's
take
a top 10
is-
average.
My
in
hot take
all
is
of
the
MLB
front
baseball.
runner right now. Bryce Harper, Golden Glove at first base.
Nah, he's playing very well. He's the best defensive first baseman that we've had there in a very long time. But he's had a few gaffes here and there. You've seen him misplay a
Yeah.
couple of balls, but he's also made some great plays. It's gonna come down to the second half of the season,
It
and
will.
he's
Yeah.
gonna need to make some web gems to really lock it in. But obviously, I have no complaints.
Yeah.
About him being.
Except for when he just dives over that the half wall where they put the camera.
Yeah, and you just sit there holding your breath.
and you're like, stay and play, man. Get out of here. But moving on, we are getting into the meat and potatoes, as Jake said earlier.
Yeah.
We're comparing seasons.
Yeah, and
And-
right off the bat, before we really get into stats, I want if all the listeners out there comment in, which team is more likable?
So-
Like, which team do you sit back and you're like, because
So this one's tough, and I'm gonna precurse this. That team won a World Series,
yeah, of course.
so we have that in our minds of the nostalgia fact of it.
The
But-
Braves will still catch up and surpass them. Love Harpo. This
the,
is
the Braves will not catch up.
I mean, look, let's not sell the Braves short. Like I'm sitting here, we're dominating every team that we play, and the Braves obviously Strider being out's a huge loss for them, and they have consistently shown like losing a big series to the Padres, losing game 1 to the Cubs here in the last series. Like they have plenty of faults of their own right now, but they're still kind of keeping it within reach. They're 6 games out and they still have a number of games in hand. So they could be as little as I think 4 games
they
out.
Played 3, 4
I think they played
less?
5 games less than
Okay.
us. So they could be as little as about 4 games out if they win all of the games that they need to catch up to us. If the Phillies stay at this pace, which obviously they would break the MLB record, they're on pace for 118 wins.
They're at 71% win rate right now. So it's unsustainable, the level of success we're having. But
yeah, no, exactly. But if they stay at anything close to this, then no, the Braves won't be able to catch up.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to June. June is a month that is historically great for both teams. And it's like last year, we were like 23-5 in June.
Yeah.
And we picked up half a game on the Braves or something like that because the Braves were just as incredible. So that's going to be the real time where the Braves are going to hope to pick up ground. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Phillies are going to continually just dominate as they've been doing, as long as they have no injuries or anything like that. And this is something that I've heard a lot of people kind of talking about. Build a new stadium in 5 years.
Build a new stadium.
No, I mean, people have kind of talked about, or at least refurbishments. They've obviously made the new out-of-town scoreboard.
I'd take a couple of upgrades, but I don't want the bank rebuilt.
No, exactly.
Every baseball stadium is different. Everyone has their quirks, and it's
how incredible is it that for like 2 weeks we've sold out every game of the bank? Like Thursday at 1, 47,000 people.
Yep,
incredible. But look, in the comments, I was watching, which is a more likable team? Like that 08-09 Phils, you had some legends on it. Utley, Rollins, Howard, Ruiz, Victorino, Worth, Burrell. Like you have guys that people are like, oh, I love those guys. Hamels, you got guys in there that, just absolutely love these guys. Phillies legends and all. But then on this team, like obviously Harper, everybody loves. He eats, sleeps, and breathes Philly. You got the daycare of Marsh, Stott, and Bohm, the Wet Bandits. You got JT Real Muto, who's solidified himself as a great catcher of the Phillies organization. You got Wheels, you got Nola, you got Suarez, one of the most likable, if not the most likable guy on the team. So it's kind of like, which team do you like more? Which team is more likable?
So I vote this team. Listen, I was there. I went to those
teams are more relatable.
I went to those World Series games. I have much love for that team.
Oh, of course.
And what they've accomplished, how great they were. The flying Hawaiian, man, he would come up and he would belt one and the crowd would go nuts.
Yeah.
And then you had Howard. Howard was
08 Howard was one of the most impressive things.
So good.
His prime seasons batting 330. 58 home runs, 149 RBIs.
And you had the pitchers going too.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not discounting all
Hamels
of that.
is an all-timer in Phillies history.
Oh, he is. But this team feels like
it's just fun.
Another version of a true Philadelphia team.
Yeah.
And you're always looking to improve. You're looking to iterate.
Yeah. Like, so who's the Papelbon on this team?
Yeah.
Like, who's the guy that just you don't like, that just doesn't get, who's the Aaron Rowan of this, or who I'm talking about.
And it's also different because back in 2008, it was still called Twitter at that time. It's not called X. It was in its infancy, so we didn't get as much information. We didn't get as much feedback from these players.
Yeah.
I mean, you have players right now who are getting booed, and then a radio station and a couple of tweets have a standing ovation for him.
Yeah,
and
that's about the last good thing that they've done, that WIP has done well.
True. But that's one example. There's so many of these where people are coming out and they're saying, the quote, I fucking hate this city. And then he turns around, I fucking love this city.
Yeah. And then, I mean, he did the exact right thing and he owned it right away.
Yeah.
And then this stadium loved him the next day, and he's obviously he's what I thought he was, as you can look back in the receipts. And I got tweets in 2020, 2021 saying I'm a big Bohm guy.
Yeah,
I ride with that guy.
Yeah,
but I have had to consult my doctor because I've been having a Bohmer for lasting longer than 4 hours.
Oof,
got to consult your doc after that.
That's dangerous.
It is.
We know a doc,
Doc Mesa. Doc, can you talk to me about my erections?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I don't think he'll be too thrilled, but he'll help you with your knee.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Are you kidding me? All of our
But
friends
no,
at
so
Phillies
I think
specialists.
it's this team right now, like what they are doing, what they've done in the past 2 years. A little disappointing end to last season, definitely a disappointing end to the 2022 season.
Yeah. I mean, look, you
But-
got like Dan saying, I'm not happy with Merrifield at the moment. I'm not happy with him, but I'm not like I don't like that guy as a person. Like he's not an unlikable player. He's just not good right now. He's just kind of unplayable. Like he's nice because you can put him literally anywhere other than catcher
Yeah.
and pitcher, but he's just not playing very well.
Well,
But there's guys like Papelbon that you just didn't like.
Well, and we talked about this on the
And
last
Papelbon
live.
played great. He's our saves leader.
We talked about Phillies legends.
Yeah.
Give it a little bit more time. Is there any doubt in your mind that Bryce Harper will be a Philadelphia sports, not just baseball, a Philadelphia sports legend?
No, I mean he's well on his way. If he gets a World Series, he's a legend.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about legends, the big thing with Tom and everything.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper is well on his way. You can't give it to him yet. You can't give it to him yet.
No,
I mean, he has
no.
an MVP. He's got a slugger.
Well, and
He's
I
got-
want to see him play out his contract.
Dan, go ahead.
which-
Say something controversial. You won't be fired.
Do it.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, but he's not a legend right now.
No,
at the
he's-
end of his
he's-
at the end of
he's-
his contract, he will be a Phillies legend.
Oh yeah.
My
As
take
long as
here,
there's nothing crazy, he will
he
be a
will
legend.
be a Philadelphia sports in general legend. I would
He has
probably
potential to be a baseball legend.
a baseball legend
Yeah,
for
if
sure.
he goes
And
on
then-
another 7-year run, which
And then
people
all
have
of,
shown
all
they
of
can do.
Philadelphia sports, if we're talking the top 4 on our Mount Rushmore right now, Bryce Harper 7 to 8 years from now might be on my Philadelphia sports, all sports Mount Rushmore.
He could be. He has that skill set. He has that potential.
He does.
And we've said there's nobody more clutch than him. You know, I've said, and I agree, if there's runners in scoring position and I need somebody up to get a hit, right now I'm taking Alec Boehm.
Yeah.
Over the past 2 seasons, he's batting like 390 over a season and a half.
Yeah.
Like with runners in scoring position, I'm taking him. But it's like if it's
Well, if he-
nobody
if-
on 2 outs, you need a home run to win the game.
Yeah.
It's Bryce Harper, no doubt.
Oh, yeah. If,
And
if
it
there's
might even
one
be-
person that you want to see 3 pitches from, or 3 pitches too, it's Bryce Harper. Like in a clutch situation.
Yeah, no, Bryce Harper cannot throw a helmet very well. No.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
I wasn't mad at it though.
Yeah,
I wasn't mad at
it's
him
fire.
throwing it, getting a little mad. I mean, the guy, they had history.
Well,
The guy
that was
obviously threw
that
at
was
him.
Washington Nationals.
Yeah,
Bryce Harper.
no, exactly.
This
That was
is-
long
this is
hair Bryce.
Philadelphia Phillies Bryce Harper. Wait until he throws
Bryce
a
Harper's
helmet.
in his promposal era right now.
Yes. Wait until he throws a helmet in a Phillies uniform, and you will be shocked.
Oh yeah.
And then he'll be
get
suspended,
fired
like-
up.
He'll be suspended like 10 games for just a pure headshot, and let's not do that.
No, I mean, there's really nobody on this team that you can hate right now. But let's get into more of just the analytics of it. So we have the 08 Phils start to the season. We got our fighting Phils start to the season. Obviously, we're 51 games in. What are we,
Mhm.
37 and 14? No, I think
Uh,
we're higher than that. No, yeah, 37 and 14. We're
37 and
23,
14.
23 games over 500. So to start the 08 Phils season at 51 games in, they were 27 and 24. They were 3 games above 500.
Yep.
This Phillies team,
Which included start to the season at 15 wins, 13 losses. Then they got hot in May, went 20
yeah, and
and
through
5.
May they did. Yeah, I mean by the end of May or in June, really they're hot. By June 16th, 72 games in the season,
Mhm.
they'd taken from a 3 games over 500 to 12 games over 500.
Yes.
I mean, they won a pretty good tear there, had a few down games there in the middle. And then obviously they went on a good run to finish the season 92 and 70, which isn't anything nuts. Like that's a good
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
You're making the postseason almost every single
I
time
mean,
at 92.
if you look at that chunk of it, that is winning baseball.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
not great.
No, but then you had some big performances that year. Like we said, Ryan Howard, that was actually his 08 season, wasn't one of his crazy seasons.
When
You
did he win the MVP? That was 2006, 2005.
I'm pulling it up here. I just don't want to say something incorrect and look like an idiot. It was 06.
06.
I mean, that season, he had a 313 batting average. He had 58 home runs and 149 RBIs. 3 times in his career did he have over 140 RBIs. I mean, even the season, that he finished second in MVP the 08 season
Yeah.
with him batting 251. He had 146 RBIs and 48 home runs. I mean, these are just RBI numbers that you rarely see today. And he had the same amount of RBIs as Bohm did a couple of nights ago on the season that he ended with 149. So if Bohm is able to continue this RBI pace, which, like, look, even when he's not hitting for great, the guy gets RBIs. Like, he's in the perfect spot. They're batting him fourth, which is right where he should be right now. So he's a guy, like, let's compare him. You know, Bohm's having a very similar season, just RBI wise. Obviously, power is completely different. Ruiz had a down regular season that year. Chase Utley had a pretty damn good season. He batted 291, 292, 104 RBIs. They had two guys with over 100 RBIs there, obviously, with Howard having 141. Pat Burrell, 86 RBIs. Pat Burrell only batted 250, 367 on base. Like, these are guys, their big thing is their on base percentage. Every single one of their starters had an over 300 on base percentage. The lowest one was Pedro Feliz at 302.
They made a whole movie about this.
Yeah.
And the
all that matters is getting on base.
Yeah. Why do we like him? Because he gets on base.
Exactly.
Answer the question. I'm going to point to Pete again. That's the thing, is we need to be doing the same thing with this team.
Yeah.
We can't be hitting moonshots every single at bat. Get on base, knock them in. And we have a lot of speed.
Yeah. Oh, we have so much speed. I mean, and look, we're this far of the season, everybody on the team has at least a 300 on base percentage check for two guys.
Yeah.
And it's like Johan Rojas and Nick Castellanos. And Nick is obviously working to get back up there. He's slowly getting closer to the Mendoza line. Schwarber, obviously 218 batting average, but he's one of the highest on the team at 348. Bryce, 388. Stott, 381. Trey Turner, before he went down, 392. Alec Bohm, 386. I mean, these are big numbers from guys. Our OPS, I mean, after a pretty piss poor start to the season, we were 500, something like 7-7, 8-8 to start the season, and we were one of the bottom five in offensive stats. They're now, I think, top in team average, top in team OPS. Their RBIs are incredible. Their home runs are through the roof. It's just really, really incredible what they're able to do. And obviously, that's going to be the case when you're having the best start in franchise history. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have that happen when you have the best start to franchise history. You're going to see these guys putting up incredible runs. And then really coming off the bench, you have Cody Clemens and Edmundo Sosa, because Pache, obviously we talk about and kind of joke about his exit velo. He does have a 318 on base and in a limited sample size. He's
just grabbed it for you, Jake. We are number one, tied for first with the Yankees on base percentage. We are number 2 at 260 at
team average,
hitting average.
What do we got? Home runs.
Home runs. We are number 6.
Okay.
Sitting at 60.
And then total runs. That's the last one I really want to say.
Total runs. Where are we at?
All the way to the left. First one on there. Nope. Yep.
Total runs. Oh, we are firmly number 1.
Firmly.
Second place is 262. We are sitting at 277.
Wow.
We're getting them in.
We got 15 more runs scored than the next close competitor. We're scoring damn runs. We're averaging some kind of nutty number of runs per game. And obviously you're going to win a lot of games where you score at least like 5 runs a game. But then when your pitching is only giving up 3 runs at most a game, that's a great combination. Our run differential, I'm sure, is something astronomical.
And another great stat here. We're talking about at bats. We're 7th, but we have a solid 1,723 at bats. Because we've talked about this on the pod before, both pre-recorded and live. How do you win? You eat your starting pitcher up.
Yeah. No, I mean,
getting deep into innings, fouling it off, taking those balls. We're doing well. We're doing that we were all screaming about, all the whole Talking 215 crew. We did a big pre-recorded episode before the season started. And we're screaming about all of this. We're doing all the things that we need to do. We just need to keep doing it.
Yeah. No, that's down to, you just gotta continually run on that kind of pace. Obviously, the 2009 Phillies was another World Series contending team. They went to the World Series, unfortunately lost in 6 games to the Yankees, but them at the 51 game mark, they were 11 games over 500. They're 31-20. So another team that got off to a pretty hot start. I mean, obviously they're only 11 games above 500 and we're 23 games above 500.
Yes.
But still another team that got off to a pretty hot start. They had a stretch there in July. That was pretty incredible. They started July with actually 2 straight losses, and then they finished with something. Let me see, where's August? Yeah, they finished with, it looks like, about 19 wins in the month of July, which is just incredible. And obviously you're not playing as many games because the All-Star break's right in the middle of there. But still, you're seeing teams go on some pretty good runs. And then September, they just kind of rode that into the postseason. But again, they only had one more win than the previous team. They were 93 and 69. Or 93 and 69.
Well, and baseball is a fickle sport. It can be streaky. We know that our Fightin' Phils can be streaky as well. So there is a whiplash coming here. But if we can continue this run, give ourselves a little bit of a cushion so that when we do drop 8 out of 10 games in the middle of June, we're still in prime spot here.
Yeah, I mean, one of the best Phillies teams in recent memory, regular season wise, has to be the 2011 team. They finished 102 and 60, and at the 51 game mark, they were 32 and 19. So 13 games over 500. We're obviously 10 more games over 500 than they were, but this is one of the best teams in recent memory. And they finished 102 and 60. And they were 98 and 54 before they lost, or they were, 98 and 52 before they lost about 8 straight.
Yeah.
And there were 7 straight. 8 straight. No, yeah, they lost 8 straight and then they won the last 4 of the season. But they could have been like a 107 win team, which is obviously some crazy numbers, but still 102 wins.
The high watermark here, we're talking about 110.
Yeah, I mean
you think we're getting there?
No, I mean that's a hell of a season. You had the Braves, who were one of the best regular season teams in baseball last year. They only got, I think, 104. Yeah. I mean, that'd be remarkable.
It would,
if they can continue at anything close to this base. No, record is 100. I mean, for the Phils, yeah,
for the Phils,
for the MLB, 116 is the highest number. So 117. I
don't think we're getting to 117. No. I mean, if they do, I will be out in the streets getting.
I mean, look,
debaucherous with the rest of them.
I'm gonna quote Kobe here. Job's not done.
True.
Like, you got 117, that's great. You get a week off because you're obviously going to be having a bye.
Yeah.
Job's not done.
No.
I mean, look, that's cool. That's cute. It's like when Joel won the MVP. Like, that's great. Yeah. I'm happy for him. He deserved it. At the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything.
No.
It means something for him. It's cool.
Pennants mean things.
Yeah. World Series, World Championships.
Cups mean things. Lombardies mean things.
Exactly.
That's what we're chasing here.
And we're hoping to turn this city around, this losing history of the city of Philadelphia, and turn it to more of a winning, dominant city. So I have a little fun thing before we go into our next segment here. But I have a little fun thing. Obviously, for everybody that's been following us and all and going to the tailgates and anything, we've teamed up with Bucket Golf.
Yes.
Game that I played for a while before we even teamed up with them. Game that I love. And we made a little infomercial for them. And I sent it over to our producer, Dan. He cut it up. I narrated it, sent it back. And he was like, hey, I've done 2 different things with him. I haven't seen him yet. He said, I've done 2 different things with him. I'd love to get your opinion on him. Why don't you play him live and see what the audience thinks? So I have uploaded both of them here into the stream. We're going to start them off here, and this is going to be a debut for everybody here. So
let us know, A or B.
Yes.
Please. We love feedback.
So here is A.
Are you tired of searching through your wardrobe looking for your Sunday best just so you fit in on the golf course? Are you tired of breaking the bank just to spend 4 to 6 hours behind some jamoke that's hitting the ball 50 yards thinking he's driving the green? And are you done with having the inability to drink while you swing a golf club? I mean, look at this mess. Just fighting and fumbling, just trying to have a good time in the summer sun. Oh, what a disaster. But all of that is a thing of the past with
Bucket Golf, the game of the summer. Play, drink, and enjoy with ease with Bucket Golf. Watch as you hit an easy little chip while holding a delicious ice-cold beer. BucketGolfGame.com. Get yourself a 3, 6, 9, or 18-hole set. Dominate the summer with the game of the year. Bucket Golf. Bang!
Oh, man.
Was that your first attempt
Oh,
at the
no,
one-handed chip
no,
in?
no. That was probably, but it was probably only like my 15th.
Okay,
So it's like,
so
it
was
wasn't like 100. You
it
know
was
what
like
I mean?
5 beers later.
It was still early.
That was pretty good.
It was still early, but that was pretty damn good. I mean, we're gonna watch the next one here.
All right, let's.
I don't know if that can be beat. Let's see option B.
Are you tired of searching through your wardrobe looking for your Sunday best just so you fit in on the golf course? Are you tired of breaking the bank just to spend 4 to 6 hours behind some jamoke that's hitting the ball 50 yards thinking he's driving the green? And are you done with having the inability to drink while you swing a golf club? I mean, look at this mess, just fighting and fumbling, just trying to have a good time in the summer sun. Oh, what a disaster. But all of that is a thing of the past with Bucket Golf, the game of the summer. Play, drink, and enjoy with ease with Bucket Golf. Watch as you hit an easy little chip while holding a delicious ice-cold beer. BucketGolfGame.com. Get yourself a 3, 6, 9, or 18-hole set. Dominate the summer with the game of the year. Bucket Golf. Bang!
I mean, it's option A, right?
It felt like the same commercial.
Oh, but are you kidding me? It was the same exact commercial, it was just edited differently.
Okay.
Same commercial, but I mean, option A.
I like
By
option
far
A.
and away, like that old timey to start, where it's like the audio's old timey and you got the streaks in the video,
Okay.
and then the bang at the end. Oh, Dan,
I think they're both winners, man.
It's a tip of
I think our producer is doing a
tip of
great
the cap,
job.
Tip of the cap to Dan there.
Yeah.
I mean, doing the Preston and Steve show, just doing big things.
I think we vote yes on Team Talking 215's producer.
No kidding. No, shout out to you, Dan. Hell of a job there. Definitely want to follow him on Twitch if you like watching streams.
Ooh,
He does a very good job. Very good job streaming. Does a WWE, Fortnite, couple other games. No,
Ooh.
entertaining stream.
Does he play Helldivers? I could jump in some Helldivers with him. I'm trying to get you on some Helldivers.
There you go. Have to get a little Helldiver stream.
Hey, Helldivers, sponsor us.
Yeah. I've been on a MLB The Show kick, obviously. I'm on like a 7-game, 8-game winning streak.
But while we are talking about sponsorship, don't forget, Dewey got the shirt, got the beer that I'm not allowed to drink, the forbidden fruit. These are the ones that
Well,
I
you
like.
are allowed to drink. We're just saving them for you to drink.
Yes. No, we have specific instructions. We can't drink too many on stream
No, exactly.
and get irresponsible and then run out.
Yeah, I mean, please drink
But
responsibly.
we had a amazing tailgate this past Sunday.
What a time.
We were giving away
Seriously,
Dewey stuff.
Finally, the weather is good, and it
Yes.
paid off in a big way.
And we are doing the next Sunday home game,
7:00 game.
7:00.
Dude, you're going to get rowdy. You want to
We're-
talk about getting irresponsible. Again,
Listen,
we're not driving. We're
li-
already going to be parked. We're going to
listen,
sober up during the game.
I am not driving home. We can
Okay.
we can take my truck.
I can drive home. You know, I don't. You know, I drink 5 at the tailgate, and then I don't drink in the stadium because I'm
Wonderful.
not going to spend $90.
Because Dewey's giving us more beer, and I will not be driving home for that one.
Well, going to be swishy pants more ways than one.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
More ways than one.
Yeah.
No, but here's a little fun segment we have. We obviously we talked Phils. We kind of got on some tangents there, didn't dive as deep, but again, we don't want to get too overly analytical.
Yeah.
People aren't listening to us for those kind of stats. And we have Ben Silver back on. He's the guy that you're going to want to. He's got all the crazy deep dive stats and everything. It's really incredible. But we have something fun to end it on. We are building the all-time Eagles wide receiver. And so we're going to be kind of going back and forth. If you have any thoughts and if you want to give like your opinion on who we should give the attribute to. So essentially it's going to be like, we're going to have a bunch of different categories: speed, hands, route running, field awareness, durability, body type, like size essentially.
Mhm.
And then shiftiness, elusiveness, yards after the catch. I think
Yeah,
those are
it
good.
can-
I think
that can be
7,
all be
8
like-
categories.
Well, okay.
I think yards after the catch kind of encompasses shiftiness, elusiveness, or no, we can
And
still
big
say
body. So
we can
that's
still say
a-
elusiveness
that's
and then
a-
yards after the catch.
I eliminate yak because that's an amalgamation of size, shiftiness, elusiveness, and all that.
All right, well, we'll let the fans decide. But I mean, we'll just kind of rip it, me and you for a little bit. You see the call-in line. We'd love to have your opinion on who you'd like to give these specific spots to. But why don't we just start on one that's, everybody wants to do the speed, the hands, everything.
Yep.
Let's go body type, and I don't think it's even a debate. I mean, I'm all day 100% going Harold Carmichael.
Okay.
6'7",
Yeah.
Hall of Fame. Just he was brought in as a tight end, and they just obviously wasn't his right fit.
I mean,
switched him to wide receiver.
I don't hate that pick right there.
Like, because we can go to speed, and let's say, I'm just going to throw some random.
If
we go John Ross, new Eagles wide receiver, John Ross.
So for the name of this game, can we give that body type this amount of speed?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, you're building this is like in the cool kids call
let's lock in that pick, man, because
Harold Carmichael, 6'7",
6'7", easy,
done,
easy.
Slab of beef out there. You kidding me? Done. This is a segment
get out of
cool
my
kids
way.
Cool kids call this segment cap. Create a player.
Oh,
but it works with them because like, it's cap, not cap. No, this player will be cap because
then what's
he
no
will
cap
be
mean?
unable. No, like the Phillies jumbotron, as Dan Baker says, fans, please turn your attention to Fanavision.
Ooh.
When they ask the Phillies cap or no cap.
I like when the buses race.
Yeah, I get it wrong every time. Every single time.
All right.
So we're going to go Harold Carmichael
locked in for body
size.
All right.
Harold Carmichael body size. What next one do you want to do?
Let's get the easy one out of the way. Speed. We're going to agree on this one. So
I don't know if we will.
All right.
Look, if we're just going pure speed, because we're going to still have route running. This is just X to Y, point A to B speed. They just signed John Ross today. John Ross had like a 4.22 40 time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, what you were going to say, Deshaun Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, good answer. Great answer.
It's going to be D-Jax.
I'm looking up D-Jax 40 time Deshaun and John Ross. John Ross ran a 4.22 40. Like I said, John Ross ran a 4.22 40. Deshaun Jackson 40 time. He ran a 4.35. Obviously, his field speed is way like he.
I mean, the man's built for endurance too.
Well, we're not doing endurance. He's not built for endurance.
We're not talking about off the line.
We're just talking straight. Yes, we are. I'm saying we're talking 8.8 to B
your
speed.
speed. We're talking about bombing it down the field.
Yeah. So then you want the fastest guy, which is John Ross.
I'm voting D-Jax.
I mean,
because we're not
not
using D-Jax's hands.
No, probably not. I mean, we can use. I'll create another category that we'll all agree Deshaun Jackson. This one, and look, we can have two different wide receivers. I'm probably going with the fastest guy the Eagles have ever had at wide receiver, and that's their guy they signed today, John Ross.
Okay.
And again, we're doing this at their prime. Like, not today, John Ross. He's probably lost a step or two.
Wow.
It's prime Deshaun. It's not today's.
Okay, all right.
You want today's Deshaun Jackson.
That's
speed?
Very fair. Yeah.
You want today? Okay.
No, I don't.
Getting all mad when he wanted 42-year-old Deshaun Jackson.
I mean, I would take 42-year-old Deshaun Jackson.
I'd take whatever age John Ross speed because he's in the NFL today. He's an Eagle right now.
Well, why not? We'll just bring back Devontae Parker.
Rest in peace, Eagles legend. Not rest in peace.
He's not
Eagles legend. He's not dead. He's dead to me.
He has signing bonus.
Dead to us. No, I mean, I'm going John Ross. You can go to Deshaun Jackson. That's fine.
Right,
I'm just going the fastest player the Eagles have ever had at that position, and that's John Ross, 4.22. They haven't had anybody even close to that.
Next category.
My dad said Todd Pinkston.
Todd Pinkston.
Todd Pinkston. I mean, was he all that fast?
What, Vinny?
Todd Stinkston?
What was it? Vinny Testaverde?
Vinny Testaverde. What's Oh, they don't have a Todd Pinkston 40 time. 4.45. 4.45 was Todd Pinkston.
What do you think your 40 is right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
I mean, are we talking in my prime or
this current moment?
I would like to lie to myself and say it's sub 5. In my prime, like when I was lean, mean, fighting machine, it was sub 5. It was staunchly sub 5. I mean, right now, I mean, it's probably just barely over 5. I mean, I can still move.
No.
You think it wouldn't be?
Bro, I'm like a solid 6'5", maybe 7.
Okay, you smoke. I
can run 40 yards, but like that's a lot.
It's not that fast. I mean, that's very slow. If you run in 6+ seconds, I could run just over 5. We'll time it. We'll do it. We'll do it. I can run just over 5.
All right.
I'm convinced of that.
Well, who's working the stopwatch?
Sean.
Sean.
Because he can't run it because he's a specimen.
We're going to do a talking 215 40-yard dash.
Talking 215 combine. Why not?
The combine. God, I am going to get the lowest draft grade in talking 215 history. All right, next category.
Okay, so this one we can agree will be Deshaun, and I'll go deep route running.
Yep, I
I'll say
agree with
Deshaun.
you. All right, fine.
So you want to give him a category, deep route running, I'll go Deshaun. Field awareness. This is going to be a guy that I'm going to go with somebody that's currently on the team. And for me, it's got to be Devontae Smith. I mean, how many times have you seen in his short career? He knows exactly where the sideline is, exactly where the first down marker is. He knows right where it is every single time. He never even looks to the sideline, and you see his toes just tap right on the edge every time. It's like something I've never seen almost anywhere else, not even in the Eagles. Like he's got field awareness that is all time.
And it comes in like very big, impactful situations.
One hand sideline grabs.
I'm not fighting you on this one at all. Devonta Smith
his
knows
field
where he
awareness
is.
Incredible.
He knows what he has to do. He knows where the coverage is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
End of story.
Yep. Let's go hands.
Hands. You want to throw one out?
There's a couple of, I mean, look, and we're talking in their prime, not career, like in their prime, like Alshon Jeffrey.
Alshon Jeffrey's a good
He made some damn good catches.
Yes.
He made some really good catches. I mean, obviously Mike Quick. You want to go back in the day like Tommy McDonald. He had some pretty incredible catches, or at least according to the videos I watched. Like this is one where I'd love if somebody wants to text in. The text line is open. We've had a few texts. Obviously, we have the Todd Pinkston text, which is a joke. Good old alligator arms isn't going to be on this list in any way, shape, or form. But like he's 6'2", 445. He should have been a decent wide receiver. But you can't just take. You see people light up the combine all the time that never turn out.
Yeah.
Again, John Ross. Let's hope he turns it around here.
Yeah. Right.
But no, you see it all the time. So would love anybody's opinion on hands on there. I kind of like Alshon in his prime there.
Yeah.
I think he had.
I mean, Alshon was
hands.
a very, very good possession receiver.
Yeah.
He would go up, he'd get those jump balls. He had a long range.
I love AJ Brown, but you've seen too many easy drops.
Yeah.
And look, obviously, we want to talk about drops like Alshon Jeffrey's drop in the Saints game. We could have won back-to-back in Super Bowls had he caught that ball. So I'm not saying the guy's faultless, but I'm just saying the year prior, 2017 season, I mean, the guy was catching everything thrown his way.
Yeah.
He made, I mean, that catch in the end zone that went through on this torn ACL where he's going this way and he goes down to the ground and fingertips catches it. Like that changed the whole season because that game, obviously we needed to win to be able to go on the run that we had to lock in the first overall.
Let me ask you this though. Throughout his prime career, which wasn't all in the Eagles, where do you stack Alshon up against Fitz?
Larry Fitzgerald?
Sticky gloves himself.
Not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, Larry Fitzgerald's a top 5 wide receiver of all time.
The man has more tackles than he has drop passes.
Yeah, I mean, Larry Fitzgerald, like Alshon's in his prime, he was a good wide receiver.
I'm just talking about catches, sticky hands.
Oh, no, hands? No. He's C tier compared to S tier Larry Fitz.
Yeah, S++.
Yeah, I mean,
no, I agree with you. It's gonna be probably Alshon. I would say.
Yeah, I'd love if somebody wants to throw in here. Jason Avant. We just got to text in Jason. Jason Avant had damn good hands.
Yeah. Jason
Avant made some good catches. Look, you want to throw an unpopular name out there. Catch flag Riley Cooper. Riley Cooper had some good hands.
Is there like a qualified
he can keep his mouth shut, but Riley Cooper had some damn good hands. I mean, how many times did you see him snow cone catch an overthrown pass by McNabb?
And we were playing around with the football at the tailgate. It's not easy to catch an undersized football, let alone a professionally thrown one.
Also, Doc, I might be reaching out for a UCL reconstruction.
Oh my gosh, this guy's never going to play golf.
My elbow was hurt after one pass. So Jason Avant's a good answer. Alshon's a good answer. Riley Cooper is honestly a good answer for hands. We'll save those 3, and if anybody else has any to call in, text in, I'd love your thoughts on that. T.O. Oh, how do we T.O. Yeah. T.O. might be the answer.
I was going to say it, but
T.O.
I was going to save him for something else.
You can use him in more than one category because he was almost body type. I mean, he's a machine.
All right. So then I vote hands for T.O.
Hands for T.O.?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go hands for T.O. I mean, the guy caught everything thrown in his direction. But I think Alshon's a 1B. I really do think Alshon was a good grab by me.
It's a good forgetful.
Yeah. I mean, I
But
think
for
Alshon's pretty
the
close
one-
hands-wise. He's
The
pretty close to
1.2
T.O.
seasons that T.O. played for the Eagles.
Yeah, we're incredible.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a sticky target.
Yeah. All right. This one's going to be a little bit tougher, and I'm going to go durability.
Durability
For
wide receiver. Durability for wide receiver.
Am I mistaken that Jeremy Maclin
It's
really never missed
I
any
was
time?
thinking the same thing.
Did he ever really
It's-
miss any time?
No, we just didn't throw the ball to him.
No, his last season was pretty incredible.
His rookie year was really good too.
I'm looking up Jeremy Maclin injuries. Am I mistaken that he really never missed much time? 2006 he tore his ACL. 2013 he tore his ACL. Tore his ACL twice.
Well, he wasn't on the team in 2006. It was college, wasn't it?
I don't know. Let's look at 2016. He missed 3 weeks with a groin injury. Then he tore his ACL right after. Eagles wide receiver Jerry Maclin tears ACL out for season. So I guess you can't use him.
Okay.
But I don't know why I thought that he really never missed any time. I mean, when you're looking at his overall injury list, he had a 7-year stretch where he did not get injured.
Yeah. I mean, I think Jeremy Maclin is a solid pick here. We can circle back to the whole T.O. thing. Guy played maybe a season.
What's going on, Walt? Glad to see you hopping on the comments there. If you have any thoughts on it, I'd love to know your thought. Yeah, I mean, he had a 7-year. Jeremy Maclin had a 7-year injury-free stretch, or at least where he was hurt but not injured. I'm sure
that
he
was another
hurt.
guy that like Chip Kelly traded away, right?
No, Andy Reid.
Oh.
I'm almost positive he wasn't re-signed. It was a free agency thing. He was a
God,
free agent, and we offered him. I think the report was we offered him more, or maybe we offered him something that we thought was fair, and the Chiefs came over the top because Andy Reid wanted him to come over with him to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And obviously he wanted to stay with Big Red. Durability. What do you got? Anybody else?
I'm trying to think. It's definitely not Nelson Aguilar.
Dorial Green Beckham.
Dorial Green Beckham. Maybe Devontae Parker. No, the number one most durable Eagles wide receiver.
Not Mike Quick. He was injury riddled.
Oh man,
not T.O. He broke his ankle.
If we're talking straight percentages, it's probably Devonta Smith.
Yeah, I mean, thus far he's been pretty durable. He
If
missed
we're
his
talking
first
about
game this past season.
longevity, that gets a little tougher.
Because this is going to be one where it's got to be over like everything else is you pull the category out of their prime. This is more of like a career length kind of thing. I don't know. We can come back to it.
That's they all get beat up and they all have games that we forget that they were out for.
No, of course. Tentatively, we'll say Maclin.
Yeah,
I'll say Maclin. He tore his ACL once, but he had a 7-year stretch.
But also, tearing your ACL, I'm not
game.
going to fault your durability for that.
No,
because most of the time in the NFL, when you tear your ACL, it's just a freak accident. You're pivoting wrong, you get hit weird. If we're talking about majority low impact injuries where you're playing with turf toe, you're playing with a jam finger, Maclin was always out there unless his knee was being surgically repaired and he had to recover. So I think that's a strong vote.
Yeah, I had somebody throw in an option for a player that isn't a wide receiver. And I said, oh, sorry. We only can pick.
Yeah, I mean, Boston Scott was never injured, but.
And then, so we have speed, we have deep route running,
we have body,
we have field awareness, we have hands. Let's go just like short intermediate route running.
Short intermediate route.
I mean, AJ Brown runs a pretty mean route. Mike Quick was pretty good over the middle.
AJ Brown's a good pick.
Trying to think of like really good slot receivers that we've had.
Zach Ertz,
not a receiver.
He's a slot receiver. He's a glorified slot receiver.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
I mean, Devontae Smith might also win that one. He runs a really, really, really strong route.
He does, but he's not slotty.
No, but this isn't like slot. This is just short to intermediate route running. He does a very good job getting open in that short to intermediate range.
Well, the past, I don't know, 10 years, we haven't really utilized the slot receiver.
No,
that
it's always
much.
been kind of a thing.
So
Like,
it's
they don't want a slot receiver. Yeah.
it's going to be a tight
But
end.
again,
at
it doesn't
that
have to
point.
be a slot receiver. I'm just saying, guys, like they pass it to receivers all the time in that 10 to 20 yard range.
Intermediate route. It's probably circling back to the Devonta Smith field
Yeah, it could be.
awareness. You're doing out routes. You're
Yeah.
doing close sideline stuff.
Getting
it's
open.
probably Smith.
Yep. And then last one to round it off, I believe this is the last one, unless you have anything else. Contested catch.
Contested catch.
Guy just catching it with all kinds of people around him.
That's going to be
Alshon
T.O.
did a good job of that. AJ Brown's done an incredible job of that. I mean,
T.O. is the contested catch guy. It's the hands. It's
Yeah.
the jump balls.
he's right there. I mean, but do you consider it a contested catch when AJ Brown shields the defender away from him so well to where he like backs that ass up into him and catches the over shoulder? Is that contested in your opinion?
Yeah.
Because AJ Brown does that incredibly.
Any time that there is a defender within a yard of you is a challenging position. So if he has pushed you a yard away, then it's a contested catch.
Yeah. Well, then AJ Brown might have it. And then, I mean, look, if you want to go back to durability, actually, Harold Carmichael, 127 straight games with a catch.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a guy that's playing. If he's got 127 straight games with a catch, he's playing in 127 straight games.
Can I put Jason Kelsey's durability in there?
I wish. I wish.
we
No.
just have elite.
So let's start off from the top. We are building the perfect Eagles wide receiver of all time. We have got Harold Carmichael's size. We have either John Ross or Deshaun Jackson's speed.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to say John Ross's speed and Deshaun Jackson's deep route running. So I'm going to go.
Yeah, we can.
John
I'd agree to
Ross's
that.
4.22 speed,
Off the line speed.
and then I'm going to go Deshaun Jackson's deep route running. We have either T.O. or Alshon Jeffrey's hands. And again, this is in their prime. So, like, I get the drop, and that's going to be a big point of contention. We have got Devontae Smith's field awareness,
Mm-hmm.
A.J. Brown or T.O.'s contested catch,
Mm-hmm.
and then possibly Devontae Smith's intermediate short route running.
And then durability.
Harold Carmichael.
Yeah.
And then I think the last one is kind of like shiftiness yards after the catch. Guy that just makes a lot out of a little.
You know who I'm saying.
Who are you saying?
It's D-Jax.
Well, I mean, he has the most 40+ yard touchdowns, but it's like that's kind of just right there with speed. He's not catching it in the middle and burning the edge. Most of his where he caught it over the top.
You're true. But
And so it's like
when defenders catch up to him, he's had his cutbacks, he's had his moves.
yeah, but that's prior to the ball getting. I mean, they're not catching up to him. That's the thing. You're saying when defenses catch up to him, they're not catching up to him.
But
was over the
there's some
top.
of them that catch up.
Like I'm
to him,
talking more of like a AJ Brown catching a slant across the middle and taking it 70 yards.
which,
You know what I mean?
Which has happened twice.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but that's the style of play that I'm talking about, not like a Deshaun Jackson 40, 50 yard air time
Well,
that
it's
he catches the
happened
ball
with
and takes it
D-Jax like 9 times.
the other 20 yards. Nah, he wasn't so much of a cross the middle guy. He was a guy
but
that
he had it.
he's done it. A lot of guys. I mean, it's freaking Quez Watkins did it. Quez Watkins
Sure.
stinks.
All right, what's your vote? What's your pick? Because this is a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, T.O.'s another guy that T.O.'s another guy. I mean, you can't take Zach Ertz.
I wish I could.
For yards after the catch, he was the worst yak guy in Eagles history. He'd catch every ball thrown his way and he'd fall down immediately.
Yeah, that's fun because he'd catch it like
Yeah.
7 yards downfield on first down.
No yards after the catch, though.
That's fine.
Yeah,
He
I
moved the
mean-
chains.
That's tough. I didn't really come into this prepared at all. I just thought of the categories. I'm sure there's some. I'll just go with Tommy McDonald.
I'll
Just go throw a random Eagles legend out there.
Okay.
Got to have something involving T
I mean,
Mac.
you're a yak guy.
Tommy McDonald.
If we're going for the true
It's not
definition of
Deshaun.
yak, or
It's not Deshaun.
it is.
It's not.
He's been touched.
Yeah, it's not yards after contact. It's yards after catch.
Yeah.
I mean, T.O.
T.O.
Another guy.
Yeah, well, I find that kind of cheap
How?
Because he didn't play that long for the Eagles.
Okay.
He's
But he played for the Eagles. Anybody that played for the Eagles is eligible on this list. Yeah. We'll go T.O.
All right, we're going T.O. apparently.
Better than Deshaun. Deshaun, I'm talking, and I said, I specified it and said, like, being able to make a lot out of a little. He wasn't making a lot out of a little. He was catching every ball thrown to him 50 yards air time and then took it the other 30 yards.
Not all the time.
That was mostly what he was known
had a
for.
Ton of yards after the catch.
Yes, because he was catching it 50 yards downfield and
No,
then he
was-
ran it the next 30.
Because he was catching it like
He wasn't-
20 yards downfield.
Nah, it wasn't his game. His game, he has the most 40+ yard touchdowns, and 85% of them were 40 air yards. And so, like 15% of them, sure, I'm not saying he hasn't done it, but again,
That's
Quez has done it
more than anyone else.
No, not in their career. I mean, T.O.'s over the middle yards after the catch is way more. In his time in Philadelphia, no.
Yeah, I Jacques that one, but
Yeah.
we'll agree to disagree. We'll go with T.O.
Boneheaded plays. You can go Deshaun.
Boneheaded plays dropping the
Yeah.
ball.
You can go Deshaun.
All right.
You can go Deshaun.
So we're not using Deshaun's head.
No.
But that is our build for the wide
Yeah.
receiver, everybody.
Exactly.
Please call in, text in, let us know.
Yeah.
Dispute
Did we
it.
get it right? Did we get it wrong? But look, that's going to about do it for us.
Mhm.
Greatly appreciate everybody that tuned in for the amount of time that you did. Always love chatting with everybody, talking some Phils, some Birds. Obviously, not going to talk a whole lot of Sixers and Flyers right now because they're both done.
Well,
I mean,
before we go,
Michkov might be coming.
Michkov, yeah.
Michkov might be coming.
Michkov might be coming. That's a big one.
Michkov might be coming to Philly.
It sounds like it is.
I mean, but apparently he demands that he has to be on the first line.
I don't give a
I don't
shit.
care. I don't care.
Put him on the first line.
Yeah, like he's
Or
hell of a better prospect than Cutter Gauthier.
Or it's like sign him, like make him sign that contract. Tell him that you're gonna put him on the first line, and then he can be on the third line.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to
get him over here, make him work his way up. I don't care.
You don't want to have to do that. If he's coming over, he wants to start immediately at the NHL level, and he probably should.
Yeah,
so that's gonna be my final thought. Michkov coming to Philly.
Yeah.
Final thought.
No, I love that. I second that. Michkov is coming to Philly. If we give him first line, I'm happy with that. Follow this guy at Talking215 on all social media platforms.
That's us.
And
it's not me, it's us.
Let him make your bets because
Sure.
Mr. Ranger, Mr. Ranger, he put it in a month ago. That guy's winning the Cy Young.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Long way to go. Appreciate it. We're going to be dropping the next Phillies ticket giveaway for the game on the 2nd. It's going to be dropped on Sunday. Check out our Twitter, our Instagram to be able to follow that so you can be eligible to win the 2 free tickets. And obviously that also includes free admission into the already free tailgate.
Yeah.
So we'd love to see you there. Love to drink some delicious Dewey
Please
beer
help
with you.
us drink all these beers.
Exactly. And just going to play a little bucket golf and have a damn good time.
Yeah.
So we greatly appreciate it.